Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. So what you're looking at here is Harvey Spooner's KD80 Kawasaki. So today what I want to do is I want to look over and see what's missing, what's not correct, and what needs to be done. This bike right here has run. I heard it start on one of his videos, and he's got to do a premix on it through this tank right here that he's got. Looks like it's from a Honda. Of course, that's what mostly what he's got over there is Hondas. Yeah, there was some two-stroke in the bottom there, so that's how he ran it. It's got a really cool number 13 plate that someone made. Nice little diamond plate, aluminum, which is nice. And I've noticed right off the bat there is a lot of stuff on this bike that is incorrect and needs to be fixed. So a couple of things we're going to do is we're going to do our evaluation of it and just check it out and see what we need right off the bat. So one of the things we need is this chain cover. This chain cover is smashed right here. It's supposed to come down. Same cover used on your KM, your MC1, your KD80, your KD100, your KE100. All those bikes have the same exact cover. The shift pattern is the same. 1 down, neutral, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's a 5-speed. Chain's good, nice deflection. Sprocket in the back is junk. So, and sprocket in the front is junk. So we're going to replace both sprockets and chain. Okay, now I said the chain I said it was good, but it has good tension. It is clearly worn. Everything's worn. Look at the teeth on this thing. They're just worn up. What am I looking for on the teeth? This is one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. When you guys look at a tooth, on the very top there's a flat spot. And when that flat spot is worn away so it comes into a perfect triangle, it's time to replace your sprockets. Okay? There's no, what I call is a wear margin. It's right on the flat top right there. I'm going to show you guys one on another video I'm going to do. A couple of things I noticed right off the bat is this crazy homemade exhaust system. It looks okay, but it's not okay because it robs power away. I don't know how it's put on there, unless it's just kind of stuffed in there. Yeah, they kind of Mickey Moused it right there. Looks like they welded it on it. We're going to replace that tip and put a proper tip on that. You can see it's got a hole where they welded it and it's leaking, and that's not good. On a two-stroke engine, okay, this is the expansion chamber. It's designed like that, and it's got the baffles for the emissions, and then this is a baffle tube. It comes into about here, and it's got a bunch of holes like this. It looks like this all the way around of it, and the exhaust comes out through those holes where the packing is, and then out the exhaust there, and then the tip goes into a fat hole, and then it squeezes it down to a really small hole. And if it was a 4-stroke, this would probably give you more power, but where it's a 2-stroke, you need that small diameter hole for the restriction to allow this expansion chamber to work properly. So with that pipe, he's actually losing power. So we're going to put a proper one on this thing for him. Alright, so where are we at back here? We are at chains and sprocket and side cover, exhaust tip. I got the seat. It's missing a oil tank. I've got a better side cover. His was zip tied onto it. Gonna keep going up. You can see right here where the muffler has been rubbing against the exhaust. So we're gonna change out that fender. I have a fender that is just as faded as this one, but we're gonna show you guys, which I did on a video already, how to make it look new again. So that fender should be looking like that color, and we're going to take the rest of this fender right here and make it look that color without painting it. We're not going to paint it. I'm just going to use a heat gun from Harbor Freight, and we're going to make that look just the way it was supposed to. Okay. All right. So moving on. Let's take a look up at the front here. All right. You can see that it's missing the front cable assembly right off the top. Switch is all good there. But it's missing the cable assembly. Cable comes down through here. It's got a little clip that normally breaks off. Yeah, that's alright. Run the cable down through here. There's normally a lever hooked up to here, the actuator, for the brakes. So the brakes are probably junk on this thing. And I noticed, okay, it's got the right one. So we're going to take off these brakes. We're going to switch them out and put a brake setup on this thing suitable for this bike. How these? He's got all of his spokes, so that's good. Basically, I'm pre-tripping the bike. I'm just looking over, seeing whatever it needs. Just going from there. So we now know that we need a brake lever, and I'm assuming that the brakes are junk, and that's why they took that all apart. So we're going to replace that whole hub with a brake setup. I'm not going to adjust it. Okay. Now we're going to go up to here. Looks like they tack welded yeah, they did. They welded on right here to the frame this bracket so they can mount this tank. Okay, we are going to cut that weld off without cutting through the frame. Okay, we're going to cut the welds. We're going to grind it down until it's nice and smooth like this, so you don't even see it there. And then we're going to get rid of that frame. Looks like they did just this one. And what's this in the back here? Take a look. Did they do one in the back too, or is that factory? Nope, they did one in the back here too. Alright, so we're going to take off that tank completely because we have a fuel tank for this bike. So we're going to put a fuel tank, a seat, an oil reserve underneath the seat so we can run the premixer. We got a seat. We need the exhaust tip, side cover, chains and sprockets, brake drum, lever, cable, all that type of stuff to finish off this side. Like I said, we're going to go through this bike bumper to bumper. The tires are cracked, but he's going to be using this in the yard, and they have inner tubes. So this bike right here, the tires that are on it, if you have cracks or dry rot, that's okay. If you want to replace them, you're more than welcome, but for what this bike is going to be used for, they're fine. I'm not even going to play with them. So, alright, so that's where we're at with those, and it's missing the kickstand. Right there. So we're going to put a kickstand on this. We have all these parts too, which is nice. So we deal with so many of these particular bikes. That makes it nice. Alright, so now we're on to the other side of the bike. This side is not as bad as the other side. However, it does have its flaws. We have, in the back here, we're missing the retaining clip. So this is the brake stay right here. If this nut comes off and this thing does fall off, which it will not do, but if it did, that nut would come off. This right here, the brakes, when you hit the brakes, it would twist and then rip themselves apart. Alright, we're missing a chain adjuster in the back there. It's broken. We have those. Look at this. It's using a fitting and nut. There's supposed to be a spring on there for the adjuster. And the brakes don't even work. I can't even move them. That's the movement you get, and I'm pushing down this thing. So we need to fix the brakes in the back and the front. Oil cap was left loose like that. So I wonder if we can see anything inside there. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any water damage, so that's good. He's had this thing running, like I said. He started it up. Just when I saw it on the video, I was like, whoa, that thing needs a lot of parts. And guess what? I'm the guy to do it. So, and Harvey's been a great friend, so I can't wait to build this bike for him. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on the rubber that goes on the Kickstarter. This Kickstarter's good. So we'll put the rubber on the Kickstarter, get that done. And one of my biggest pet peeves ever. One thing I absolutely hate, if you guys have watched my videos, it drives me absolutely mad. Broken coolant fins. So they broke off a coolant fin here to get to the spark plug. Is that in any danger? No. But it's not supposed to be like that. So we're going to fix that. We're going to replace that cylinder head. I've got a ton of these things. I've got a box of these. So the replacement head, we're going to get rid of this fuel line. It's all cracked and crusty and hard and all that type of stuff. It's got a good valve, so I'll give him that back with the tank so he can use that on one of his projects. We'll ultrasonic clean the carburetor. And this side of the motor looks great. Got an air filter, we'll check the air filter. Pressure wash the whole thing. Probably touch up a couple of spots with some Rust-Oleum black. Get all that painted up a little bit. And here is the clip right here, which is good it has it, because I don't have many of these. That's where your oil line comes from, your oil tank. It comes up under here, goes up and in, and gets held in here, and that's your oil, your vent tube under your seat. So I'm glad he has that, because that's the one part that I don't have many of. I've got a few of them, but they're kind of claimed. So he's got a part that we need, which is good. So we can leave that alone there. And the other thing that is not correct on this bike is the fuel, the throttle cable. I didn't see. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, here it is, right here. So it looks like the oiler is connected, and they blocked it off with some RTV silicone right there. So that was good. So no water got in there. We're going to reconnect that whole thing, hook up the new oil line. We're going to replace all the fuel lines. Now these are 5mm fuel lines. We're going to replace them all and have the inline filter. It's going to have the petcock on the tank. So really the only thing we got to do is cut off all this crap up top here, the tank, the brackets, fix them all up, get them all situated. I've got the rubbers for the tank, and I also have the rubber strap. There's a rubber strap that goes around here and clips onto the tank. So I wanted to take a look and see what Harvey Spooner's bike needed, so we can grab that stuff and start crack-a-lacking on this bike, because it's a good bike. And you know me, the Kawasaki gods, gotta do it. I can't leave it behind. No bike left behind. So that is where we are on Harvey Spooner's bike. Pretty nice bike. For the most part, all the major parts are here except for the oil tank, seat, and tank, which we have all that. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a nice, easy fix, repair. We'll try to save this bracket so he can use that on another project. Probably make a specialty tank. Check out his channel, guys. He has some pretty cool stuff. He's got this really cool CDI boxy thing he made for working on bikes to have, you know, the electricals all butchered. He's got a he made a test box, and it allows you to hook it up to a 4-stroke and run the bike off of that. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. He's got a ton of videos. He's got this in one of them. He deals with a lot of 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers, Honda stuff. So yeah, get over there and check out his page, Harvey Spooner, and you'll see this bike right there, and you'll see this one. Here's the one I picked up, the Yamaha GT80, my Liar bike. So we're gonna be getting on. Oh, I wanted to show you guys one more thing too. They got these big washers underneath here, so there might be a problem with this. So we're gonna take those off gingerly. We gotta do the shocks on this bike too. The shocks are wiped out. But back on this one right here, this one needs a pressure test. We're going to go right through this bike right here. I haven't really done an evaluation on this one. Brakes seem to be moving there, so that's not too bad. See, oh, perfect example. See how small the diameter is? This is my thumb. Okay, this is a perfect example for this, guys. I'm glad I showed you this. My pointy finger won't even fit into it. Okay, on the exhaust that's on this 2-stroke, I can use my thumb and put my thumb in there. You know what I mean? It's significantly bigger. When you have an exhaust system like that, you're gonna have to rejet the carburetor, you know. So I figured I'd show you guys that. This bike, for the most part, like I said, is in excellent condition for its year and for sitting. There's the seat, frame. This right here on the models with the batteries, this is where the battery would be sitting. I'm not sure how the, oh yeah, the tank holds that, the seat holds the tank down. But yeah, this thing is in pretty good shape. The air box is in back of the oil tank right here. And I think I showed you guys that on the green one that was on my channel. Now I had a green MX-80 that I sold. I traded it, and which I should have kept it, but anyway, I traded it off. and the air box is underneath here. This one has everything. I went through crazy trying to find the part for the carburetor. I couldn't find the carburetor for this, for mine, and I didn't realize that they were the same at that particular moment in time. A little research would have done me wonders, I'm telling you. So it's pretty nice. It's clean. There's minimal rust in the tank. I can clean out the tank fairly easily. It's just minor rust. That's bare metal right there, so you guys get an idea of how rusted it actually is. It's really not bad. So we're gonna go ahead and bottom of the cap, clean that all out. But for the most part, she's all there, and this is going to be a fun project. So we're going to be getting on that pretty soon, if this weather ever holds out. I actually came out here, I was like, oh my god, there's a break in the weather. Get out here and do a video, show you guys what's going on, and do the evaluation on Harvey Spooners. So another thing I like doing with these videos, and this is a cool thing about doing a video, if I forget what I did or what I was looking at on the bikes, I can just look at my own YouTube channel and say I need that, and that, and go on my shopping spree at the what do you call it there, at the unit, and grab everything I need. So it actually helps me out there. So Harvey Spooner is going to end up with a really cool, awesome bike by the time it's done. And I believe he's going to be giving this to his son. I'm not really sure what he was planning on doing with it. I forgot a little bit about that. I think he said he's going to let his son bomb around the yard with it. And what better bike to do that than a Kawasaki? I mean, this bike is going to look awesome when we're done with it. It's going to be a nice bike, and he'll be able to, he's like, oh, don't go crazy with it. I cannot not go crazy with a bike, especially from a YouTuber that's helped me out with many cool projects. So we're gonna do the best we can with it. I've got a ton of used parts that is gonna be just look amazing on this bike. We're gonna fix everything up on it, go right through it, and see what she needs. And I mean, come on guys, it's a classic. It's a 1987, I think. It's an 86 or an 87. I don't remember what year. Hold on. Okay, a second. I can't really see. I think it's an 87. Okay? I think it's an 87. So, yeah. I mean, it needs a little bit of love, but I mean, come on, that looks cool. Look at that plate, guys. That's awesome. So anyway, guys, I want to say a big special shout out to Harvey Spooner. Go over there and check out his page. And this is the bike we're going to be doing for him. This is another project we got going on, and I cannot wait to get involved with this one. We're going to be working on this weekend, both of these. So you're going to be seeing both of these kind of come up together, and I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks on what I do to them. We're going to do a complete engine evaluation on this one right here. Pressure test it and see if we can find any leaks. And at the same time, we're going to do the same thing to this one, because this one needs to be pressure tested. So that's where I'm at with that. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I got a show and tell video because what do you call it there? One of my subscribers has sent me some stuff, so I got that video coming up. That'll be up soon, and just some really cool stuff. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you guys have any questions or any comments, by all means, please send them my way. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out. Bye.